How did the murder of a single man alter the course of history and the fate of an empire? Picture the city of Rome, an epicenter of politics and power shrouded in whispers of conspiracy. This isn't a tale of fiction, but a pivotal moment in our past. At its heart, a man named Julius Caesar, whose life and death would forever shape the world as we know it. Welcome to a journey through history, where we unravel the tale of Julius Caesar and his untimely demise. To understand the significance of Caesar's death, we must first trace his rise to power. Julius Caesar, born into the political turmoil of Rome, was a man of many talents. He was a brilliant military strategist, a cunning politician, and a charismatic leader, all of which would serve him well in his ascent to power. His journey began with his military exploits, which not only won him the loyalty of his troops, but also the admiration of the Roman populace. From Gaul to Egypt, his victories expanded the boundaries of Rome, bringing immense wealth and prestige to the Republic. But Caesar wasn't content with military glory alone. He saw the potential for power within Rome's political landscape. His astute political maneuvers, such as forming the first triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus, allowed him to secure the position of consul, the highest office in the Roman Republic. This was a significant milestone in Caesar's rise, marking the beginning of his transition from military hero to political leader. However, Caesar's increasing influence was not without controversy. His methods, though effective, were often seen as overreaching and autocratic. This sparked tensions within the Senate, the traditional powerhouse of Roman politics. Many senators feared that Caesar was aiming to dismantle the Republic and establish a monarchy with himself as king. This fear was heightened when Caesar, breaking with tradition, had himself appointed as perpetual dictator, a role that essentially made him the unchallenged ruler of Rome. Caesar's reforms, such as granting citizenship to people in far-flung regions of the Republic, and his public works projects, endeared him to the people of Rome. He was seen as a champion of the masses, a protector of the Republic, and a visionary leader. But his popularity among the people only intensified the resentment and fear among his political rivals. And so, as Caesar's power grew, so did the number of his enemies. The stage was set for a clash of titanic proportions, a struggle that would decide the fate of Rome and its citizens. But with growing power came growing enemies. Enter Brutus and Cassius, key players in a deadly conspiracy. These two men were not just shadowy figures lurking in the corners of Rome's political arena. They were respected senators, esteemed by their peers, and by many accounts close to Julius Caesar himself, yet they were the driving force behind a plot that would change the course of history. Brutus, a man of noble birth and high principles, was torn between his loyalty to Caesar and his dedication to the Roman Republic. He perceived Caesar's ascent to power as a threat to the democratic institutions of Rome. For Brutus, the decision to join the conspiracy was a painful one, steeped in a sense of duty and sacrifice. On the other hand, Cassius, a seasoned soldier and a shrewd politician, had personal grievances against Caesar. His envy of Caesar's rising power and influence, coupled with a deep-seated resentment, fueled his determination to remove the would-be dictator from the scene. Together they rallied a group of like-minded senators, forming a clandestine alliance known as the Liberators. Their objective was clear: to assassinate Julius Caesar and restore the power of the Senate. Their plan was daring, their resolve unshakable. They chose the Ides of March as the day of reckoning, a day that would soon be etched into the annals of history. But the conspiracy was not without its challenges. Rumors started to circulate, whispers of treason echoed through the corridors of power, and the conspirators had to tread carefully to avoid detection. Despite the mounting tension, they remained committed to their cause, believing that their actions were in the best interest of Rome. As the Ides of March approached, the city was unaware of the looming cataclysm. The conspirators were ready, their daggers concealed, their hearts set on a singular purpose. They were about to execute a plan that would not only end the life of one man, but also ignite a series of events that would forever alter the course of Roman history. The stage was set for an event that would shake Rome to its core. The Ides of March, 44 BC, a day etched in history. A day that bore witness to the fall of a titan, Julius Caesar, the man who dared to challenge the very fabric of the Roman Republic. In the heart of Rome, the Senate House was buzzing with whispers. A deadly conspiracy concealed beneath the veneer of routine. Among the senators, clad in their traditional white togas, was a man whose name would forever be synonymous with betrayal: Brutus. Alongside him were Cassius and the other conspirators, their hearts pounding with the weight of their impending act. Caesar, oblivious to the storm brewing around him, strode into the Senate. His presence commanded respect, his every word echoed with authority, his charisma was undeniable. Yet, beneath this formidable exterior, Caesar was a man, mortal and vulnerable, just like any other. The conspirators, their resolve hardened, seized the moment. As Caesar began to address the Senate, a senator approached him with a supposed petition. It was a ruse. As Caesar dismissed the petition, the first dagger found its mark. Et tu, Brute? A phrase that has echoed through the centuries, signifying the ultimate betrayal. Caesar's words as he looked into the eyes of his friend Brutus, who too had drawn his blade. One by one the conspirators struck, their daggers piercing the man who once seemed invincible. The Senate House, a place of debate and decision, transformed into a scene of brutal assassination. The floor, a canvas painted with the crimson of Caesar's lifeblood. In the midst of the Senate, Julius Caesar was no more. His lifeless body lay on the Senate floor, a chilling symbol of the cost of ambition and power. The conspirators, their faces a mask of triumph and fear, had altered the course of history in a matter of moments. And so, the Ides of March, forever remembered as the day when the echoes of a dying man's last breath signaled the end of the Roman Republic and the dawn of an empire. Caesar's death was but the beginning of a new era. The murder of this powerful figure left a void that plunged Rome into chaos. The Republic was no more, and the power struggles that ensued would give birth to a new form of government: the Roman Empire. In the immediate aftermath, Rome was a city on edge. The conspirators had hoped to restore the Republic, but the public reaction was one of shock and outrage. Brutus and Cassius, the masterminds behind the plot, found themselves not hailed as liberators but scorned as murderers. They were forced to flee the city, and Rome was left without a clear leader. Enter Mark Antony and Octavian. Antony was Caesar's closest ally, a charismatic and cunning politician. Octavian, on the other hand, was a mere teenager, but he was also Caesar's adopted heir. These two men seized the opportunity to claim power, but their alliance was far from harmonious. They waged a ruthless campaign against the conspirators, culminating in the Battle of Philippi, where Brutus and Cassius met their end. Yet the power vacuum left by Caesar's death was not so easily filled. Antony and Octavian turned against each other, their rivalry leading to another round of civil war. Octavian emerged victorious, and with his win, he effectively ended the Roman Republic. He became Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. Under his rule, the Roman Empire entered an era of peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana. But at what cost? The Republic was dead, and in its place was an autocratic regime. Yet the Roman Empire thrived for centuries, its influence shaping the Western world in profound ways. The aftermath of Caesar's death was far-reaching, its impact echoing through the annals of history. The power struggles, the rise of the empire, the transformation of Roman politics and culture, all were consequences of that fateful Ides of March. The fallout of Caesar's assassination was monumental, reshaping Roman politics and culture. It's a stark reminder of how one event, one decision, can alter the course of history. But what does this all mean for us today? Let's take a moment to ponder on the echoes of Caesar's assassination that still reverberate through history. As a military genius and political leader, Julius Caesar carved his name into the annals of time. But his assassination was more than just a death. It marked a turning point, a shift from the Roman Republic to the birth of the Roman Empire. In a way, the echoes of that single act of conspiracy resonated beyond the marble pillars of Rome, shaping the course of Western civilization as we know it. Think about it. The Ides of March, once a simple date in the Roman calendar, now symbolizes a warning of impending doom. The name Brutus, once belonging to a trusted friend, now epitomizes the ultimate betrayal. The phrase, crossing the Rubicon, derived from a bold decision made by Caesar, has come to signify a point of no return. And yet, Julius Caesar's legacy is not just confined to phrases and symbolism. His influence permeates our modern political systems, our literature, and our collective consciousness. From Shakespeare's plays to modern political discourse, the silhouette of Caesar looms large, a symbol of ambition, power, and the fragility of it all. We invite you to share your thoughts and explore further this riveting chapter in human history.